firstly, thanks very much for accepting the invitation of inspiring people.
Thank you for having me.
2009 was a changing year for you. What happened exactly in 2009?
Yeah, so in 2009, my dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and his diagnosis just completely changed the course of my life and my family's life in terms of really opening me up to the world of food and factory farming and where my food comes from, how it grows, how to read food labels, and through his diagnosis and figuring out how to cure him or help his disease through food. I learned so much about young people and the issues of obesity and type 2 diabetes and heart disease as well. So in 2009, just a lot of things where light was shed on a lot of different topics that I was never really aware of, but I was definitely equipped with knowledge that really empowered me to try to make a difference in my community and beyond.
So this change started with yourself, your family. What actually did you learn that impresses you most in this process?
Yeah, so during this process, it was really us, we didn't want my dad to take this medication that the doctor had prescribed him. It had ridiculous side effects that would only increase his risk of other chronic illnesses, and so we really just looked to food as a cure, and so that process looked like watching documentaries and taking what we learned and applying it in the kitchen and changing our eating habits. We used to eat a ton of red meat and white rice and gravy, and so we had to completely redefine what a plate really looked like for us, and we found ways to kind of make remixes on our favorites. We would do like lettuce wraps instead of the white rice or heavy starches, and just had fun with it. And so I think that process of education and fun ways of applying that education and just doing it through love and compassion for my dad, I think that's really what contributed to eventually reversing this condition. And taking those steps and learning what I did was so eye-opening, and it felt that it was a privilege, and it still is a privilege to just have this information, and definitely something that I want to share and have everyone have access to.
How old were you those days?
I was 8 years old.
I heard that a few years later you decided to create Happy.
I was 12 when I started Happy, which is my nonprofit that stands for Healthy, Active, Positive Purposeful Youth. So we do plant-based nutrition education in underserved communities in the U.S., and we've done some programs as well internationally. So the whole goal is just to really have kids understand that their health and well-being is something they should prioritize, not only for their physical well-being, but also for their potential to thrive in the present and in the future. I think just really driving home that message that we are our best when we feed our bodies the best we can, and approach health and wellness with a healthy attitude. So that's kind of what we really try to drive home.
According with your experience, how difficult is to change a habit?
I think there's definitely levels to changing habits, and for us, what we try to do is make changing the habit not so overwhelming and not so intimidating. I think for many kids, health and wellness and eating healthy especially is viewed as, boring or a chore or something that you just don't want to do, and it's because of the perception that's been created and the ways that we've been taught about nutrition and health, which has been either non-existent or extremely boring and just something we have to do, like parents telling their kids to eat their vegetables and not really explain why. So for us, it's just adding that dimension of education that's fun and exciting, and I think that approach is what makes it easy for the kids to see that as something that we must come about.
How did you do that? I mean, how do you make something nice of something that apparently is not so nice? I mean, what is the strategy?
Yeah, well, for me, when we were helping my dad reverse his condition, it was so much fun, and that's all I knew in terms of how to learn about this. So I love cooking and being creative and just mixing things together and seeing what happens. And so I wanted to provide that same experience for my peers, but ensure that the education piece was also there. So what we do is we give information, we tell it straight, and then we have a follow-up of something super fun, whether that's a game or a cooking demo or a cooking challenge. We just make sure it's always, fun and exciting for them and I think just keeping it positive and uplifting and making it a safe space for kids to learn where they don't feel they're being judged and they can ask questions, they can try things, they don't have to like it, and just kind of making it a free and open environment really contributes to being able to kind of have kids trust in the process.
It was easy to change behaviors, I mean, especially with the kids.
Starting out, I think it wasn't that easy because we didn't really know what we were doing and what the best approach would be. So we tried many different things and we just kind of had to figure out what the sweet spot was in terms of the delivery and whether you do the cooking first or the education last or whatever. So we had to just mix it up and take feedback from the parents and the kids that have participated. I think their input and being able to get to know their communities and the things they have access to, all of those components play a huge role in how well the program is received. So we take that into account every place we go, every single visit. We make sure we truly know what we're stepping into and ensure that the program is relatable and engaging as we
What for you means to be conscious of the food that kids and people in general they eat? What does it mean for you?
To be conscious of that, I think you're allowing yourself to, I think you're able to make an educated choice. At the end of the day, the work that we do is ensuring that people aren't just eating what they're eating because that's all they know, but rather making that educated decision and being a leader in their health and wellness. I think ultimately that's what it boils down to. I mean, all the kids we teach, they have the choice to go back home and eat Pop-Tarts and chips and things like that, but when they have the knowledge and understand that those things don't do them service, they're them a service to their bodies or to their minds, their energy, then they know better, and so they decide to make a healthier choice or make something at home as an alternative. So, just choice in general, awareness of choice and how to decipher if something is healthy, that in itself opens up a whole world of self-discovery and feeling your body. We're changing thoughts in terms of having kids feel safe about asking questions. I think to a certain extent, at least in the U.S., with the education system, being curious and thinking outside of the box is not necessarily something encouraged unless you go to like a special school or a private school where there's more access to kind of creative thinking and more experiential activities. So for us, when we come in and have blindfolded taste tests with ingredients that these kids have never tried before, or we're bringing up topics that they've never heard of, it taps into that curiosity that I think whether it applies to food or the world or other people, like that's important for us to have. And so I think it just kind of unlocks the door in terms of kids realizing that there's so much to learn and it's okay to be curious and ask questions about it.
You've been talking for thousands of people, meeting celebrities, including Obama family. Actually, what does inspire you?
I think what inspires me most is just the potential that individuals have through their own health journeys to inspire others. I think for us, we plant seeds and we hope that those seeds turn into stories like mine, whether that's on a large scale or just on a micro scale with their friends and family. I think the fact that we're able to share this information and then see that kids share that information with their family and their friends, and the ripple effect of it is really what inspires me the most and pushes me to keep going, because I think everyone deserves to recognize that there's power in their voice and in their stories and just in their everyday actions, and we definitely want to keep pushing that.